Alright, so guys, the reason the motor's tore down, took the heads off. I ain't got that bolt back in. I got all of the other ones in. Took the head off, cleaned the piston, the valves, all of that. This right here is actually the intake. Now, I'm sorry about the lighting, but I ain't got very good in here. Having some electrical issues. So, compare that one with this one. Now yes, these are both identical, but there's a difference. This one's aluminum, more lightweight. This one right here, wouldn't be afraid to say, around 5 to 7 pounds. This one right here, maybe 1 to 2. So there's a big weight difference in between them. Everything's identical. So I've actually already cleaned this one up. Cleaned the inside with the Dremel. Cleaned the insides out. Cleaned all of the outside out. Reason for all of this cleaning, well, the motor cleaning, that's a different story. Kind of had an incident there. So anyways, today is Friday. Date is like 2 something. $2:58. If y'all can see that. It's 2:58. David's Racing 88 is supposed to be over here at 3:30. So, the reason he is coming over is, well, my oil seal was leaking. See if I can get y'all propped up right there. I'm gonna get y'all propped up so y'all be able to see. Right here. Don't know if y'all can tell. That shaft's moving up and down. Not quite sure because I did one twin, as I've said before, I'm not that familiar. But I don't think they're supposed to do that any at all. But David's Racing 88 is supposed to come over, and I'm hoping that's going to be with the seal that we got to replace. It'll bushing it back up, I'm hoping. If not, I got to get me another camera too, so I'll be able to zoom in. This right here camera don't zoom in. It ain't got a screen on it or nothing. It's more like an off-road camera, I guess you'd say. Right here. This Olin twin. This one was the one I had whenever I first got the channel on that Murray that I had whenever I first got the channel. The one with the hydrostatic transmission. I think it was only on my very first video, which was Intro of Murray Mud Dog. So yeah, I think that was the only video it was on. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna go try to find another camera if I can. Might not be able to. I really want something so I can zoom in, because this right here camera will not zoom in none. Because it, like I said, it's actually a bike camera, but I use it for the Murray, for instance. It's got a tripod and all with it. This right here helmet mount, I bolted to the side of the Murray's hood, and it works great and all. Still adjusted. You can still tighten it down and loosen it, all of that. And my camera goes right on there. But I think from now on, I'm going to try to use this camera more for the trail. For like, whenever I go out, I'll still use it some on shop basis. Whenever my other one will be dead or whatnot. So yeah, but anyways, I'm just getting ready for David's Racing 88. And he's going to help me get the motor fixed, maybe even have it running by today. I'll probably have to take a trip and go get some gas in a little bit before he comes. And then I think I'll be ready. I've actually got me a toolbox in here now. All my sockets, ratchets over here. My tool wall still the same. This right here, I got it all cleaned up with the Dremel. Went on the inside. Still got to put it all back together, and I got to put I don't know if y'all can see very good in here, but right there's a little hole in there with like a slot. I got one. I'm just not too good with putting them in, so I'm gonna let David Racing 88 put that in for me because I'm not good at it. And then I got this right here top, which I'll go back over and wire brush back down. The carburetor will then be ready. Put the intake back on the carburetor, but be ready to mount something else. Well, I'm not gonna show y'all that yet. Something cool, something really awesome. My channel's gonna love it. And I'll show y'all how I made it. And well, I tell you what, I'll give y'all a hint. It'll keep the Murray running while I'm out on the trail, deep in mud. That's as much as I'm gonna give y'all. Just, I want y'all to pause the video right now and guess what it could be. But I'm about to go cut some gaskets and all. Get ready for Dave's Racing 88. And then once I get done cutting gaskets, I'll get back with y'all time he gets here. And he has made it. So we just took the cover off the back, and leave in the comment section below if you know if your rods is supposed to move up and down a little bit on the crankshaft. And the whole crankshaft is supposed to move a little.
It's supposed to have a little bit of end play.
But got all that cleaned up. Got the carb cleaned up. And I got the inside of the intake cleaned up. So yep, guess we're gonna try to change the seal. Alright, so guys, we got the old oil seal out, cleaned up. David's oiling it up, getting ready to put a new one in. But
there's the part number if you need one.
Yep, that's part number for the oil seal. And we got the other gaskets right there. That's the part number for the carburetor gasket. And I don't know there's a part number on the other gasket. Right there. That's for the crankcase. But we ain't gonna have to use it because David knew how to put them in without taking the oil pan off, so yep. Alright, so guys, I know the first part of this video was filmed Saturday. Today is Tuesday. So a lot's changed since David's Racing 88 was over here. We did get the Murray running, but the fuel pump was messed up, so we had to get the fuel pump fixed. Or I just had an extra one on another carburetor, so I took it off and I put that fuel pump on the Murray. The Murray's running good now. I put it on the motor. The motor's running good now, and so it's back on the Murray. I got to do a little bit of clutch work because I put a bigger pulley on. I put a bigger pulley on the crankshaft, so I got to take some of my idlers off. But here she sits. So I'm about to run. Oh, and by the way, my winch cable jumped off track. I had this strapped on here because I was going to drive it. I had it over there at my granddaddy's shed over there, and I was going to drive it back over here, but the belt jumped off. So I got to do some idler pulleys. It's straight piped right now, coming straight out. That one right there is a little bit shorter than this one right here. But I'm about to get the tripod and see if I can get her cranked up for y'all. I'm having to use that battery because the other battery, it's not fully charged right now, so I got to do a little bit of charging with that. But I've decided I'm actually going to use that right there battery. I'm going to build me a box right up under here to hold that, to hold the car battery. I'm going to use the car battery to actually crank it, to crank the Murray. And then I'm going to use that battery to run my winch and light. So if I flip or something and the motor cuts off, and I gotta winch it back over. I ain't gotta worry about a dead battery. I'll have 2 separate batteries, so that'll work like that. Step up in here and grab the tripod. So you got screwed on. Sorry, I gotta screw you guys on the tripod. So there we go. I think y'all should be able to see that right there. So I'm not gonna leave it running for long because I really want to get to work on it, but I am gonna crank it to show y'all. Make sure my fuel is on. It's actually leaking some, but alright. Y'all can see she's running. I gotta just choke it out right now because I ain't got none of my wiring hooked up. That's why I'm just using that battery to jump it off. But as y'all can see, she fires right up, no problem. Oil and all still good. So right now, I probably won't get a lot of it on video, but I'm just gonna put the regular breather back on instead of using the Snorkel right now because I ain't got a comb filter. I gotta order one. So right now I'm just gonna use the regular air filter, and I gotta get throttle hooked up. I gotta get all my wiring done. I gotta get the winch fixed. It's kind of hard to tell, but it jumped right in there. If y'all can see that, it jumped right onto there. It jumped in there. It's already happened to me once. It ain't that hard to fix, so I gotta do that. I also added an Apple iPhone sticker right there, or just an Apple sticker, not necessarily an iPhone one. I will be doing wheelie bars because just with the 17.5 that's now on the Craftsman, it rode wheelies like crazy. Matter of fact, I scraped the back of the toolbox once. So what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to build wheelie bars. I'm going to weld probably 2 bolts right here. So all I got to do is screw them on. Or either make it so I can pin it, probably screw it on, and then have pin on tires. I'm going to make 2 of them, 1 for each side, and have them so that way they will fit down the side of my toolbox. So yeah, that'll be pretty good. So as far as everything else, the Murray's still been doing pretty good. So I'm about to probably first off get the fuel line run, and then I'll worry about throttle. It'll be fine with me if I don't get the wiring done today. I just want to drive it some. So as far as right now, all I'm really worried about is throttle, fuel tank, get the winch fixed. The winch has really got to be fixed because I got this much hanging out of this thing coming out the winch. So yeah, that's really got to be fixed. And this right here I just strapped on here yesterday because I was gonna drive it over here like I said. So that's not gonna work. Still gotta, I'm just gonna use this right here, fuel line, and I got this right here, one big long piece or longer piece, and I got a piece down there, but that's not exactly the right size. That's like 3/4, or that might be half. I'm not quite sure. I know this right here is 1/4. This is the size that tank takes. That one I can shrink down smaller if I do need to. So, but right now, plans are is kind of run the fuel line straight down like this. The exhaust, I'm gonna have to figure that up. I actually thought about running it up through the top, up here, going in right there if I could figure out a way to get around. Maybe even coming up right here beside the heads if I can do this one-handed. I'm gonna try it through here. So with this fuel line not being so very straight, I don't know how good it'll do. But I'm glad that I have a fuel pump. I can now run that bigger tank right there, 2.5 gallon. Nope, 2.8 gallons. If y'all can see that right there, 2.8 gallons. So I'm hoping that the Murray will be driving by the end of this video, and then I'll do all my wiring and all off camera. So I'm going to try to get this fuel line run and get the winch fixed. I'll probably show you how to do this winch. It'll be in a separate video though. So yeah, I'm going to get to work.